Hi friends, Mindy here. I have a quick flip through for you. Today I'm going to flip through all my entries for Poured Out from Bythewell4God. First, let me just say sorry for any noise you hear in the background. There are people around while I'm recording this, so I just wanted to get this done. I worked in my interleaved Bible this month, and so my pages kind of ended up being pretty simple overall just because I didn't have a whole lot of time this month, but I just thought I'd go ahead and do a flip through so you can kind of see. So this first one was in Genesis 45:7. So I just did a watercolor background. I used some of the pattern paper. You'll see most of my entries have the little file folders that came. I love these little note cards. And then I have over here the title of the day, which was Memory Lane. So that was day 1. Day 2 was talking about the 10th plague. This is in Exodus. Again, this was one of those little, the mini file folders, and then I just have some notes and scriptures tucked in there. That's kind of going to be the theme through all of the pages. On this background, I still did a watercolor background, but I put some texture paste, and I used the stencil that I think it was called Lush Ferns, if I'm remembering right, from Bythewell that they released. And then I dropped the color in after all of my texture paste was dry, and then I popped this die cut up off on some foam. So it was just mostly because this was so textured, I was afraid it wasn't going to stick, so it just made sure it was going to adhere on there. And then day 3 is another page. On this page here, I used some Lumiere metallic paints, and I had some alcohol ink that I did on Yupo, and then I stamped these dragonflies on there. And so I wanted to kind of just keep with that sort of metallic theme. I love this Lumiere paint. And then again, with the file folder and the flashcards and all of my notes in there. And then I just have some stamping in the background as well. So that's day 3. And I was kind of trying to do just different backgrounds and things. So day 4, we're in Leviticus, and this day I had stamped on some tissue paper using one of the stamps, and then I just collaged that on and then did some other stamping and stuff over the top of that. I think I may have a process video for this page. Again, the file folder, and then these just ephemera pieces on there. So that is that was 4. Day 5, I'm actually going to flip to this one. This I used, I just did a really simple watercolor background. This was with Distress Inks. And then I used Lost Shadow and embossing glaze with this stamp from Bythewell, and just kind of created my background that way. And then again, I just have the ephemera pieces, the file folders, and then all of my notes in there. That was day 5. See if I can find 6 is in the New Testament. 6 is the title of this day was Good News. And for this day, I lightly put on some ink. This was Distress Ink. And then I used that same stencil and just kind of went over that with green just to kind of create a little bit of interest there. This is one of the mini file folders, some stickers from the devotional, and I just kind of layered everything on here. Again, just really simple pages, mostly just getting my notes tucked in here. I just wanted to have something for all of the days. Day 7, we're back in the Old Testament. Again, on this day, I had some shadowing and stuff from this on the background, so I just put one of these pattern papers. This is one of my favorite pattern papers of the kit this month, and so I went ahead and just I just trimmed it down a little bit and stuck it down with one of the file folders, my notes, and then one of the die cuts from the kit. So day 7 for that. Day 8 is back here in 1 John. This one, I dropped in some watercolor using the Daniel Smith paint card, and then I stamped over that with Lost Shadow and just like a scripty font. And then I just added some of the ephemera pieces. This is another one of those dragonflies on Yupo paper with the alcohol ink. And then I have, you can see I have my notes here. And then I just used one of the journaling cards for my pocket on this one instead of using one of the file folders. I'm just kind of keeping to that same theme for the pages this month. Just made it easier as I was trying to work through them. And I was kind of just in a hurry. I just didn't have a lot of time. Like I said, I was really busy this month, traveling a lot. So I needed pages that were kind of simple. Day 9, this one was in remembrance. So again, I used the journaling card here to create a pocket for my flashcards and notes to go in. This is actually a watercolor background. I had done kind of wet on wet technique, and then I let that dry, and then I dropped in some other colors with the paintbrush, and that just kind of created this mottled textured effect in the background. And then I just used some more, another one of those Yupo dragonflies and the ephemera pieces from the kit. So that was day 9. Day 10, again, I just, I created a really light background here with just some inks that I just kind of used. I wanted a makeup brush on, and then I went through with my, that Lush Fern stencil. I love that stencil. And then I added just a couple of the ephemera pieces, and again, one of those journaling cards as a tuck spot for all of my notes and flashcards. And then that bird from the ephemera pieces as well. That was day 10. Day 11 is back in Philippians. And back here, I used this pattern paper, but I wanted to do something with the background. So I stamped with one of the stamps that came out with the kit, and then I went over that with some acrylic paint just to kind of push it out into the background just a little bit more. And then I used the file folder here. The title for this day was Greater Love, and so I went ahead and just spelled that out with the alphas. And then it just, again, is folding my flashcards with my notes. Day 12 is in Isaiah. This one was called Suffering Servant. And for this one, I created just a really simple background with pieces of the pattern paper, just kind of layered them on there. And then I used one of the mini file folders and some of the ephemera pieces. And then I just splattered a little bit of color around it just to kind of tie everything together. Really super simple page on day 12. Day 13, I did a watercolor background and then stamped over it. This was in Distress ink. I think this was the Dusty Concord with just that scripty stamp. Added some stickers and ephemera. This is a flower on that Yupo paper. And then again, a file folder that has my flashcards and notes. And then I just backed all of that with a piece of pattern paper, mostly because I just felt like it needed something to kind of break up between this color and the background. So I wanted this little blue page in there, and this was Psalm 103 for day 13. And then day 14, again, super simple page. I again used this pattern paper. This, like I said, this was probably my favorite one out of the whole paper pack this time. I had another Yupo dragonfly, another file folder, and then I just kind of layered my ephemera pieces. So I had one kind of behind the file folder, and then these two kind of layered in different places. And then this was one of the stickers that came in the additional sticker pack. So I love those because they run lengthwise, and so they actually will cover the entire page. So that was day 14. So that is everything. It's just a really quick flip through. Again, my pages were pretty simple. Just sometimes you have busy months, and this one was certainly busy for me, but I did want to show you all of the pages. If you liked this video, I would appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and until next time, bye.